Gaffer, victory here in the last game of 2025. How you assess it tonight?
Look, it's a difficult game, really difficult game. It was, it was hard fought from both teams. I thought it was a really physical game tonight. We have no problems with competing at that level, and you got to make sure that you don't give anything away, and you can compete at the right level with the right discipline to not be stupid. And then when you need that moment of quality or magic, you want one of your players to step up, and Jensen certainly did that with the goal. It was a fantastic strike, something we've seen him do in training several times. He's been close in recent games, but I thought the defensive side of the game was superb tonight, because even though Port Vale, where they are in the league, they're actually their data behind it is really good, and both on an attacking sense and a defensive one. But we've kept them to one shot on target, and for the second game running at home, and found the quality we need in the final third to win.
It was a real grinding battle there tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, it's there were some things that we probably haven't seen for a little while in the game, but look, if it's allowed to go, then we have to learn how to compete at that level. And I thought the players did that, especially in the second half. Understood the challenge. We spoke at our time about not getting frustrated with whatever type of game the game turns out to be. We have to find a way of winning it, and not getting frustrated, not losing our focus away from what we have to do to overcome an opponent. And I thought the players did that really well. I think we've showed a great maturity in the last, 3 home games, when taking the lead, how to see a game through, because over 46 games, you're not going to play well every week. Teams are not going to allow you to play well every week. When you've got the home record that we have, then you're going to come up against teams that try different things and different challenges and so forth, and you have to be adaptable to navigate that. And I think the players have done that superbly well in the last few games. And it was a clean sheet. We've got better at that, which is really good and important. And if you look back over the calendar year, it's been a real great sort of points tally and win percentage and stuff. And we've had a great calendar year, but we're only halfway through the season, so we have to make sure we're focused on the next game.
And how pleasing is it when you see the players fighting like they did and finding different ways to win football matches?
I think it's. I think it instills a belief that whatever the opposition want to do to try and get on top of us, we've got the tools to be able to overcome. And that's what we talk about in pre-season, about using every sort of asset we have as a group of players to overcome the opposition. And that's what we've done again tonight. You have to be physically strong, you have to commit, you have to be fit, you have to be quick, you have to have technique, you have to have intelligence, you have to have a clarity about what everyone's doing, and you have to have a togetherness. And I think the players have showed that over months and months and months of games to have the record that we have. So delighted for the players, delighted with the supporters again, sticking with us. It was a frustrating game, certainly in the first half especially. And you could feel that. I could feel it from the supporters, I could feel it from the team, I could feel it from myself a little bit. So I had a little word with myself first to make sure that here we go again, we've been here before, certainly at Valley Parade. Use our experience, how do we overcome this opponent? And I think it's a really good win for us tonight.
When you talk about that togetherness and that fight and that attitude, how much does that help when you, like you say, kept the opponents at bay for quite well in the last couple of games here?
Yeah, look, there's two sides of the game. Everyone saw how we wanted to play in the first 10, 12 games of the season, when we were, so aggressive, so fast, so creative and everything. But, it's hard to be like that 46 games when you're winning all the time, and teams are not just going to open up and allow you to do that. So we're seeing different challenges. There's a different challenge for us as well about being consistent, and which I think we're doing really well. And I think each game you win in different ways. I think just the belief inside the squad, inside each individual, inside the stadium, gets bigger and bigger and stronger. So with the next challenge we have, which will be in 2 days' time, and it doesn't go all our way, we just keep believing, and we see it all the way through. And I think we've shown that so many times in the last 12 months.
Obviously forcing to a change as well in the warm-up. How much does the way that Kieran stepped in, Neil step in, show that we're a squad that are ready to compete and fight and they're ready to do what they need?
Yeah, look, I think you know, it's unfortunate we lost Aiden in the warm-up, and you know, we decided a few days ago over these 4 games that we would rotate the squad a little bit, you know, when we've got these games in quick succession, and make sure that we use the squad to its fullest. So that's why I brought Kieran out. It wasn't anything to do with performance, but then when we had to make that last change, no second thoughts of just readjusting the back 3. They were all ready for it, and all 3 of them played superbly well in a real difficult game. You know, the 2 strikers for Port Vale are a real handful, and to keep them to 1 shot on target is every credit to them. But they were ably supported by everyone around them. The wing backs worked exceptionally hard. Sam, when he was needed, and the midfielders and the front 3. The amount of pressure that the front 3 put on their opponents was superb. So it makes it a little bit more predictable for us. So real battle, but that's how we have to be, you know. And like you say, Berners had to come out of the stand, be on the bench. He's ready to play. He's back out there running. He doesn't have to be, but you know, he's trained today. He's on the bench and he's going out to do a bit of extra fitness work. He's a brilliant character, and he epitomises everything that we want to be.
When you look at Port Vale changing the manager about 24 hours before kick-off, how much does that test the character of the squad and obviously the players to go out and potentially have a different game plan?
Well, look, it's I'm sorry to say it happened, because Darren's a good guy and obviously a successful manager. We had battles against him last year, but yeah, it always adds a little bit of uncertainty to what the opposition will do. But they had changed their formation the last 2 games anyway, so we sort of almost thought that might happen. And even during the game, they changed 2 or 3 times different formations. So you just got to be ready to adapt whatever comes your way and find a way. And we train like that, and we give the players different challenges in training, so they have to overcome whatever condition we put into it. And hopefully that gives them the sort of the intelligence and the composure to be adjustable, or adaptable, I should say, when a game's at full throttle.
Feels like we say every week that the main focus is focusing on ourselves and what we're good at. Yeah. When you face a challenge like that, I guess that's the prime example of why you have to do that.
100%. It's honestly, I've seen it season after season as a player and as a manager. And certainly here, when we first came in, you know, each week we could watch the opposition 3 games before, think they were going to do something, and then they'd go somewhere else because it's a Valley Parade and it's against Bradford City. So, you know, we learnt how to be focused on ourselves. Try and make the opposition play in a certain way that suits us, and then when we get the ball, we just find the spaces, we attack at all times, and find a way of winning. So it is for a reason, you know, because games change, teams change all the way through, but you always have to find a way of competing and winning, and the team have done that exceptionally well. Port
Vale promoted with us last season. It shows just how tough this league is when you look at where the 4 promoted teams are.
Yeah, honestly, it's. I know I might sound like a broken record when I say how tough games are, but we can't take it for granted how difficult it is. You know, I just said that to the players. You know, it's never ever take winning a game for granted. It's so hard in professional football. Everyone is well coached. Everyone is motivated. Everyone's fit. Everyone has quality within their ranks. The margins are so fine. So you have to work so hard just to make those small margins go your way. But I think we've got a really humble group. I think we've got a humble club, and I think that'll stand us in good stead going forwards.
When you look at 2025 as a whole, the promotion, the home form, the start we've made to this season, how much do you reflect on that and look at the positives?
Yeah, look, I think you know, Scott Dyer sent me some stuff this morning, and I said we've got 1 more game, so we'll leave it until after it, and then he's just updated it there. So it's really good. Like our wins at home at Valley Parade stands up with anyone in Europe, which is unbelievable, really. So yeah, we've been incredibly consistent. I think over 2 seasons, you know, 2 half the seasons at Valley Parade, and in fact all games, and so it's good to look back and say good calendar year. But we're halfway through a season, so we have to quickly come round and understand that there's loads of challenges in front of us. But we just got to focus on the next one, which will be an equally difficult game. You know, they've had a good result tonight as well, so we have to be ready for that. It's in 2 days' time, so we have to prepare right.
Finally, you said quite a few weeks ago now you want the supporters to cheer when there's an end swap. They did that tonight, and it made the difference in that second half as well.
Yeah, I think you know, this is the thing. So whatever the opponent does, wherever we play, whatever happens out there, we just have to be so focused on what we have to do. And we can score goals at both ends. We can keep clean sheets at both ends. We can attack teams home, away, this, that, the other. I think we've got to see it as a compliment when teams are trying to do little bits and pieces to put us off our game. I think we're already ahead because we're already in the mind, and that's how I see it. And if the crowd buy into that and help us do our jobs, then it's always better. And they've helped us do our jobs over a considerable amount of time, and we're going to need them again in 2 days' time.